Most of us have been used to the discriminating mind, the discriminating thinking to arrive at everything we think we know. And what that is we string together a bunch of points of view, we believe they're related to each other, and we arrive at a conclusion based on that. So we have this cause and effect relationship between everything that occurs. We have this thought, then we have that thought, then we have another thought, we have a few emotions, we have a few experiences, and then, wow, I've got my solution. Well, you know, this is okay, but it's really very primitive. So, and it doesn't give us any ease. That's what's most important about us. It never gives us any ease. And why doesn't it give us any ease? Because it isn't true. You know? It really isn't true. The sole cause and the sole effect is ever relieving awareness. That's the sole cause and the sole effect, and that is inseparable from the clear light of wisdom, which is completely beyond thinking. And what does it mean that it's beyond thinking? It means that it's beyond the use of words or concepts to arrive at anything, about anything. As it is the flawless knower, the clear light of wisdom knows everything about everything. It knows every appearance as it is, which means it completely understands its description, but it knows that description to be lacking in an independent nature. So really, when we choose to rest as awareness, just to allow that immediate relief as it is to be the case in each completely identical moment, then we realize wisdom, which is beyond discriminating thinking. Then if we ever use discriminating thinking in any way, it's seen only as a tool but not as an end in itself, because it's always wisdom that is the ultimate source. And we become so confident in this wisdom that we just don't rely on thinking at all. You know, it's completely unnecessary as a way to go about arriving at anything. The clear light of wisdom is just that. It's clear light of wisdom awareness in which everything is absolutely equal and even. There's no separation anywhere. And so there's no need to arrive at any conclusion about anything that appears by stringing a bunch of appearances together. There's just wide open spaciousness with nothing whatsoever in the way. Complete lucid clarity, luminous awareness that has never been made into anything in every single moment. So as that is the source of everything that appears, the optimal knowing of everything that appears is in that complete ease, of awareness, not in discriminative thinking. So in that case, you could say the ultimate discrimination is awareness. In that we have ultimate discrimination. The ultimate discrimination of all-inclusive wisdom, in which there's never been any separation anywhere. There's never been any division. There have never been any lines or boundaries. There's never been anything that could be compared or set up against anything else. So this responds to the question about paradox. There's never been a paradox anywhere. In absolute evenness and equalness, the paradox doesn't exist other than as a concept. And so much better to enjoy the one-tasteness of everything as it is than apply any labels whatsoever. The moment we fall into describing paradox, then we say there's a subject describing an object called paradox. Best of all, to keep it very, very simple. To just keep it so simple. All there is the all-encompassing pure view of awareness, and that pure view of awareness includes and contains all points of view. And points of view are all appearances, no matter what they are. Thoughts, emotions, intuitions, experiences, people, places, things. whatever they are, all concepts, conventional and otherwise, no matter what they are, all words, everything. These are all points of view within the all-encompassing pure view of awareness. Sensations, but why call them a bunch of different things like I just did? Just say, okay, they're all points of view. This keeps it simple. There's no need to try to divide everything up into what's happening. Oh, there's me, and I'm having a sensation, then I'm having a thought, then I'm having a this, then I'm having a that. You see, this is way too much work. It's very difficult to ever really realize who you are, continuing to describe everything, continuing to seek something in description. Better to just relax, just allow the relief that's at the basis to be that which informs everything. Then it's very clear that this pure view of awareness contains all points of view, and it's the origin of everything, even art. I said that just for someone in the audience who we were having a conversation about art yesterday, and so the origin of everything, no matter what it is, if we have a certain passion like art or medicine or teaching, awareness, or whatever it might be, if we want to teach each other people about relief, then we have to have permanent relief at all times in our lives, and so we have to have that balanced vantage every single moment, night and day, before we have the true capacity of wisdom speech that cuts through everything, the true capacity to be able to teach others about that relief. No matter what we have a passion about, whether it's teaching or, in other words, we have to have gone beyond all our own points of view. They have to be outshone by awareness, just like the planets and stars of the night are outshone by the daytime sun. And then whatever our passion is, whatever it might be, whether it's teaching, medicine, art, music, whatever we might enjoy, then we have the most all-encompassing vantage of whatever that passion might be. And all of a sudden we see things about that passionate field of endeavor that we never would have seen before. It's impossible to see the vantage from the top of a mountain standing on the ground at the foot of the mountain. There we can only see what's right around us. From the top of the mountain we can look out in all directions and see everything just as it is. And such is the case with the all-encompassing pure view of awareness. Better to allow that to be the case than whatever it is we've happened to learn. And we've all learned a lot, right? We hear so many things about everything. This one has these opinions about the appearances, another one has these opinions about the appearances, and most people have no idea what they're talking about, really. They're just all points of view, you see. So it's the attempt to make life meaningful by collecting a bunch of points of view and then saying, okay, I got my points of view together, and now I know what life is. But a bunch of points of view doesn't a life make. And it certainly doesn't make freedom, it doesn't make freedom at all. And we can see this in ourselves because we often don't feel comfortable, totally comfortable all the time, night and day. And so not only do we see this in ourselves, but we see it in families, communities, nations, and in the world. So we see it everywhere, this lack of ease among everyone. And when we just enjoy the awareness that is at the basis of everything, when that dawns and dawns brighter as the conviction of what we are, then we see things in a way we've never seen them before. We have complete ease in all situations, and this very naturally comes about. It doesn't require any doing. And how could it just easily come about? Maybe some of you here have heard otherwise, that it isn't easy, that it doesn't come about easily. That isn't my experience at all. It's just not my experience at all. From the moment that relief dawned in my awareness, it's been very easy to describe that to others and to see people open up just like that. So conviction dawns with authority, conviction, and certainty. It just dawns. We already are who we are, so it's not rocket science. It doesn't require any doing to be who we are. It's just like saying we have to do something in order to have skin. Oh, I'm going to work hard for about 10 or 20 years to get some skin when we already have skin. So you see, the easiest, most straightforward approach is just to set aside everything we've ever learned about anything as a point of view and just enjoy awareness, which includes all the points of view. Otherwise, we'll spend our entire life lost in all the points of view, trying to string them together to make sense out of everything, like one of those connect-the-dot puzzles, but it's an endless connect-the-dot puzzle, where you connect this dot to that dot, and then that one to this one, and pretty soon you've got a big mess. It's supposed to make a picture when you do it in a little children's book, or however, when a life is made out of this, it just ends up being a big mess. A big mess of endless connect the dot. And so, you know, that's okay and it's all right. We look at all those dots connected together and say, oh yeah, that's art, you know. It's only art of a certain sense, you know, it's an art based on points of view. When we just allow the awareness that is the basis of all the points of view to be that we're becoming familiar with, that's the ultimate art of life right there.